Hey players, welcome back for another video. Today I'll be reviewing the Callisto Protocol. Guys, I am super excited to review this game. The hype on this game is immaculate, and I can't wait to see what this game's all about with you guys and go on the adventure of the Callisto Protocol. So without further ado, let's dive in. The Callisto Protocol is a 2022 survival horror video game developed by Striking Distance Studios and published by Krafton. It was directed by Glenn Schofield, who had previously co-created the Dead Space series. The game was released for PS4, PS5, Windows, Xbox One, Xbox Series S, and Xbox Series X on December 2nd, 2022. The game received generally favorable reviews from critics. In the Callisto Protocol, players assume the role of Jacob Lee, an inmate of Black Iron Prison on the moon Callisto. Jacob is controlled from a third-person perspective, and most important gameplay information is displayed via a holographic HUD viewed from the same perspective. Jacob's health is indicated by an implant on the back of his neck called a core device, and his health can be replenished with an injection-style pickups. In addition to gun-based combat, there's a melee combat system in which Jacob must dodge enemy attacks while looking for openings to strike and kill the enemy. Enemies can lose their limbs during combat or be decapitated. That's brutal, guys. If Jacob's health is reduced to 0, enemies will execute him in a graphically violent manner. In the course of the game, Jacob can collect and review audio logs that provide deeper insights into the character and setting, providing the player with strategy, segments, and expanding the story with around an hour's worth of cinematics that dive into the game's world. Enemy variety is expansive and requires a mix of ranged and melee combat to succeed. The game can be completed in about 12 to 14 hours. In 2320, Jacob Lee and his partner Max Burrow are contract freight transporters working for the United Jupiter Company, aka UJC, and co-pilots of the UJC Charon. They have recently been ferrying shipments of an unlabeled volatile cargo between Europa and the UJC-operated Black Iron Prison on Callisto, and their latest run promises to be lucrative enough for them to retire. After clearing the Callisto security perimeter and setting course for Europa, the Charon is boarded by the Outer Way, a group purportedly responsible for numerous terrorist attacks on civilians, and the ship is forced to crash land back on Callisto's surface. Max is killed, and Jacob and Outer Way leader Danny Nakamura are the only survivors. Both are recovered by Black Iron Prison security head Captain Leon Ferris and incarcerated without charges or trial on the orders of Warden Duncan Cole. Jacob awakens after the grueling intake process to find the prison being overrun by hostile biophages, which are inmates afflicted with an unknown disease. He encounters Elias Porter, a longtime prisoner who claims to have an escape plan, and they work together to overcome the biophages, the prison security systems, and the rapidly deteriorating prison itself. Elias convinces Jacob to break out Danny to summon a ship for their escape, but Danny refuses to join them. Foolish Danny. Regardless, the two head for the hangar but are intercepted by Ferris, who is infected but somehow retains his intelligence. They are ejected, and Elias dies by suffocation when his suit is damaged. Rest in peace, Elias, guys. Rest in peace. Danny recovers Elias' memories of Black Iron and reluctantly decides to team up with Jacob as the infected personnel begin to mutate further and become more dangerous. Following a detour to the wreckage of Charon, where they only find medical supplies, the two make it to the hangar to summon a ship. However, Cole intervenes and shoots down the ship, stating nobody is allowed to escape. The ship crashes into the hangar and causes it to collapse, forcing Jacob and Danny to flee. With their only method of escape gone, Jacob and Danny decide that their only course of action is to confront Cole directly and get answers from him. The two make their way through the ruins of Arcus, Callisto's original colony before it was abandoned, with the Black Iron Prison later built on top of it. They discover that Arcus suffered an outbreak similar to what occurred in Black Iron, and the UJC subsequently exterminated the entire colony and covered it up. They also find a lab holding a dead alien creature that the original Arcus miners accidentally unearthed. Seeing its potential for accelerated evolution, the UJC harvested the alien's larvae and began experimenting with it on humans, which ultimately caused the Europa outbreak. However, there was one biophage, Subject Zero, who somehow retained his intelligence before he was killed by security forces. After Jacob and Danny managed to fend off another encounter with fairies, Danny ends up being infected. Once they return to Black Iron, Jacob is knocked out by a security robot and put back into his original self. See guys, the tables turned in that mission so fast. See, me personally, I wouldn't have even went to go confront Cole because that just screwed up their entire plans. Jacob is then freed from his cell by the prison doctor, Dr. Caitlin Maller, and she instructs him to meet her at her lab where she can cure Danny's infection and get him to Cole. She reveals that Cole is part of a religious sect called the Commonality, attempting to enact a plan called the Callisto Protocol, which is to find a way to advance human evolution. To further this end, Cole arranged for a second outbreak to occur in Black Iron similar to Arcus in order to find a subject compatible with the alien infection and replicate Subject Zero with a Subject Alpha. Mallory also tells Jacob that the only way to cure Danny is to extract the Alpha's DNA, which can be used to synthesize an antidote. When Jacob asks for the truth behind the outbreaks on Europa, Mallory admits that a diluted version of the infection was accidentally released and provides Jacob access to Danny's memories through their neural implants. Jacob learns that Danny's sister was killed in the Europa outbreak and recovers his own memories, where he was aware that UJC was using his ship to smuggle alien larva samples, but he remained willfully ignorant due to the payments he was receiving. Jacob confronts Cole, who pits him against Ferris, his alpha, who has been indoctrinated into the Commonality. Despite Ferris' mutations, Jacob is able to defeat him and extract his DNA. Cole attempts to convince Jacob to turn over the DNA sample to him, but Jacob instead uses it to cure Danny. Angered, Cole activates the prison's self-destruct countdown and boasts that he still has gathered enough data to carry out the Callisto Protocol. Jacob puts Danny in the last remaining escape pod along with an alien larva sample, giving Danny all the evidence she needs to expose the UJC's secret experiments. As he fends off the biophages, Mallory contacts him, having halted the self-destruct sequences and informing him of a possible escape if they work together, before Jacob is suddenly attacked by a still-living Ferris. Wow guys, what an ending. 10 out of 10 game, definitely. So players, that about wraps it up for this one. This game is extremely good. I gave it a 10 out of 10. The story was just amazing, especially that plot twist at the end there. And especially it left it at a cliffhanger. Like, oh my god, I can't wait for the part 2 of this game. If it ever happens, I'm definitely going to be there to play it. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this one. Please like, comment, share, and subscribe to my channel today. And let me know what your favorite part about this game was, and if you already have it. So guys, I'll see you all in the next video. Peace out.